contestants are determined to walk away with a win. Something's got to give. Look out. This one's going to be intense.
Nothing. You are nothing more than a wannabe reality star who abandoned her injured husband.
Hey, guys, we're here at the Pink Square Circle, here to talk about Brie Bella Speaks Out on sister Nikki Bella's divorce from Artem. She seeks the support. We're here to talk about why Brie Bella speaks on Nikki Bella's crisis. You guys get the likes as we come into the Pink Square Circle. With that being said, let's get into it. Now, we know that there's been a lot going on with Nikki Bella, her sister, and divorce she has from her soon-to-be ex-husband, which is Artem. We know that these two here have been married for about 2 years, and they're going through a real nasty battle. And I'll talk about this more on my other channel, Toss Green Scandal, aka KDH. Check out the whole story that I've been talking about. But this is mostly about Brie Bella. She speaks about the whole situation, how she feel about it, her point of view on the whole situation. So she speaks about it, and I know she talks about trauma. Now, my thing with Brie Bella, she talks about trauma. My thing is, why is she really talking so much about this subject? I get it, it's her sister. She wants to support her and everything, but this is where we got to draw the line of we know what to speak about publicly and not to speak about. And I think this is one of the situations where Brie Bella shouldn't talk about this so much publicly. So I know she talks about this on her podcast, Nikki and Brie podcast. I know Nikki has not been on there for some episodes because of what's been going on with her personally. And Brie Bella speaks on the podcast of Nikki not being there, but she does speak about trauma and everything else that's been going on for the past several weeks. So let's see what Brie Bella has to say about this whole issue.
But in the last week, when I've seen trauma, I've looked at trauma in the face, and that's the sadness that has come. And it's crazy because when we are looking trauma in the face and we're seeing it, all you want to do is help. You want it to stop, but you realize it's not your trauma, especially if you're not the one dealing with it and you're seeing someone else. It's not for you to fix. And the last week has been so hard. I have felt sadness in ways that maybe could compare. I've literally have lost sleep. I lay in my bed with my eyes open and I think, and I just think and think, and I think of so many different things. And if you were only in my brain, could you imagine of all the different things I think of? But the major thing I think of is how can I fix and how can I
very special in store for you. At Battleground, I am going to do to you exactly what Randy Orton did to your tin can chewing fiance on Raw. And then the two of you can just disappear and get married and have a baby. The first ever baby born with a goat-faced beard. And when that doctor sees that hideous atrocity that you brought into this world, he's not gonna spank the baby. He's gonna spank you.
It's all about.
So, with that being said, Brie Bella speaks on trauma. She speaks on the past several weeks that she has lost sleep and she's not being able to focus as usual. But the question is why. And I think it's because Brie has spoke about this publicly, and I don't think it's her place to really do that. I think she should keep things private, similar to how her husband, Brian Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, does. I think she should be focused on just that and only that, and just focus on her family that she has with Brian Danielson. I think she just focused on that. I think it will be fine. I'm not saying she ain't not supposed to support her sister Nikki in this whole crisis going on with her divorce. I'm saying don't make it a public thing. Just keep it very private. Keep it quiet. Nikki knows that you support her. She doesn't need the whole world to know that as well. Just her, you and Nikki. I mean, that is your sister, and maybe that's why Brie is so upset and so angry, and and cannot focus everything because we know that as a Bella twin back in the day during the Inner Roots Aggression PG era, we do nation backstage, and I know her and Brian's been some issues with his injury, his career in at one point, and that's what she should be focused on. Brian Danielson is going to retire soon. He's not going to wrestle much longer. He's the current AEW World Champion, and maybe if she focuses on that more, she won't have so many issues. When you're focusing on your family and your husband, and then also focusing on your sister and stuff, it's going to mess you happen with Brie Bella. And I think when she does that, it won't be so much of an issue anymore. And also, we don't know what's going on in her own household with Brian Danielson. He is winding down with his career, like I said before. Their kids are getting older, so it's so many things that come into factor when speaking about this whole thing. So that's one thing that definitely Bree should be focused on. And I think she does that. It won't be so much of an issue anymore, and definitely make things easier instead of harder. And that's all I have regarding Brie Bella speaks out on sister Nikki Bella's divorce from Artem. She sees support. You guys let me know what you think of Brie Bella speaking out on her sister Nikki's divorce, talking about trauma, mental health, and everything on the podcast. It's been a roller coaster with Nikki Bella. I still hope Brie don't drag herself down there because that's what Brie's doing, drag herself down her sister's business and making and putting her own family, and her livelihood in jeopardy and her reputation. Soon to videos will pop up. You guys click the link below. Check out the content. Until then, I will see you guys on the next.